Dave will see at that time. The Supreme Court ruled today that government employees cannot be forced to contribute to a union they don't belong to.
The ruling gets rid of the so-called fair share fees that non-union members pay to unions who represent them in collective bargaining negotiations. It's in more than 20 states. The 5-4 decision overturns a 41-year-old precedent, and it deals a blow to organized labor.
NBC4's Ted Hart has a look at the reaction and potential impact of the ruling here in Central Ohio. Ted?
Well, as you guys know, Ohio has a strong history as a union state, and so this decision by the court drew swift and sharp criticism from the public employee unions. But there's no panic there, they say. Instead, there's a sense of determination. 7 years ago, state lawmakers took aim at public employee unions, passing Senate Bill 5 that would have, among other things, prevented the unions from charging fair share dues from employees who opt out of the union. Unions rallied against the law, and Ohio voters overwhelmingly voted to repeal it. But the U.S. Supreme Court today had the last word.
It's a great victory for Ohio workers.
Robert Alt, president and CEO of the Buckeye Institute, says the ruling, as much as anything, is about First Amendment rights.
But for those workers who, the court recognized for many years, were having funds taken out of their paycheck every week to support causes with which they disagreed, today is an opportunity for them to no longer be forced to pay those fees.
Unions representing state workers and teachers say the decision further rigs the economy for the wealthy. At the Ohio Federation of Teachers, Melissa Cropper says the ruling doesn't change the fact that public employee unions are required to represent all employees.
It's like saying to you, you have to pay to join the gym, but the person next to you can still come and use the gym and not have to pay for it. That's the unfairness of it.
Cropper says unions have been preparing for this day, and their resolve is strong.
So I feel like we're as strong as we've ever been, and probably stronger, because when our members see these kind of attacks come, they actually double down on their commitment to the union.
And Robert Alt at the Buckeye Institute doesn't disagree. He said in some cases where states have eliminated fair share fees, unions have actually increased their numbers by becoming more responsive to their membership. Local for you, Ted Hart, NBC4.
Thanks, Ted.